Hey guys, Martin here from TSI. Hope you're doing well. I want to do a quick little video. It's been a little while since we've spoken and it's been 3, maybe 4 weeks since we've had the gas blowback gel blasters. So just a little bit of an update on where we're at with these. This is of course an Azrael XTP tan that I did all my stippling on, and so far absolutely loving it. It's proving to be super reliable. It's done a lot of gels. You may have seen my video from yesterday running around in the IGBC arena at Azrael, and last night alone I went through 3 bulbs per magazine, and I've got 5 mags, so working really well. The hop up on the end, you'll probably have noticed, was not in my video, in that I don't use it that much because all my usage really has been in closer ranges. That is mostly obviously for longer range and accuracy at longer range, but the shorter range I haven't really needed it, so I've been not running it. Just want to talk about a couple of little things really. We've had a couple of people that have had a broken outer barrel. Now those people have not blamed the muzzle tech, but have said that it's the muzzle tech's fault, and they're saying that the slide hits the muzzle tech. But as you'll see, if I put it up to the white wall behind me, there's 2 millimeter gap here, so they don't even come close to hitting. They can't hit. We have had, as I said, those couple of barrel failures, and it's the machining or the casting. It's not a weld, it won't be machining, it's a casting, has failed. It is a basic pot metal cast aluminium outer, and unfortunately has given way. We've of course got spares, problem solved. Not really much else to really talk about for this one. The magazines have been the other minor issue, and the only issue really being the gas valve on the back here potentially leaking from new. Now you've got to remember that these have been in transit in cardboard boxes for a couple of months, and that little valve may have just run a bit dry. Now all of these are sold over the counter of Azrael, not on day one I must admit because it was too busy, but since then they're all tested and checked for leaks prior to it leaving the shop. All it takes is a valve key like this with that slotted end, don't know if you can really see it, to adjust it. As simple as a turn here or a turn there, and it's literally just an 1/8 of a turn to adjust it. As simple as that. So these have been working great. I've run mine on both the Crossman bulbs that I've had for a long time for the CO2 air pistol, and have found that the bulbs that Azrael had coming in bulk from China work every bit as good as the Crossman bulbs. Now I've shown this one before on the channel, on the videos. This is a, you probably won't be able to see it, this is a 1.77 air pistol. See it right on the side there. Sig Sauer P226 copyrighted air pistol. It is not a gel blaster. The magazine here, the pellets go there. It's a double-ended magazine, and the gas capsule goes in the back. In comparison, where did I put the gas canister? No. In comparison to the gel blasters, I'm not going to shoot any ammunition through either. The gas canister goes in this way, which is very different to the magazine-based CO2s of the gel blasters. To be honest, the gel blasters are a far better system because the pressure in these puts pressure internally in the pistol. That means to adjust valves and change seals, it's a pull apart of the whole pistol, not a pull apart or a replace of a magazine. As far as noise and power wise goes, that just literally goes in and click down. So it is a very easy, simple system. Power wise, you can't even see the slide really move. This, a little bit more power. This fires the 177 air pellets around about that 380, 400 feet per second. Of course, our gel blasters are around 280 to 300. So this is more powerful with a heavier projectile. But this is a category H firearm, licensed. Gel blasters are not. This is a gel blaster. Most of the weight of the gel blaster is in the magazine, so this on its own is quite light. This now is a very similar weight to the gel blast, to the air pistol. Now, in comparison to a firearm, this is a 9mm Smith & Wesson pistol. You've seen it on the channel before. This is my APS-C pistol. These are actually very, very similar in weight with the magazine in. This one is, of course, empty, no rounds in it at all. It does around about a kilo, I believe. Haven't measured it. As I said, would be heavier, of course, with a magazine with 10 rounds in it. But it's a comparison of, comparable weight. The size is, of course, very similar. The M&P has got a longer slide, but that's only because this is based off a firearm that doesn't actually exist. A lot of people keep calling the XTP or the Azrael pistols a Glock. This is nothing remotely close to a Glock. In no way, shape or form is this a Glock. To the extent that the Azrael Dragonfly pistol coming in the next shipment from APS, the same brand, is a Glock lookalike. So I've got gas in this one. I'm going to hold the slide lock down so it doesn't lock back. Well, first shot will lock back, and I'll hold it down. So they're a very cool little thing. Now, let's move on to something else. Today, my very, very good friend, Shannon, Shackas Clacka, the master technician at Azrael, I asked him to put a new piston and head in my APS Falkor, just because I felt it was time, bring up the FPS a little bit, and it's done a fair bit of work. The only thing that ever really goes wrong in any of these will be the wear on the rack of the piston. So Shannon did that. In typical Shannon form, he didn't just do that. So he's put the piston in, but he's also opted to put in a Chi-Hi Gold F-150 supermotor, SHS 18:1 gears, the SHS piston and head that I was originally putting in. He's corrected the angle of engagement, which is why it sounds so smooth. He's put an M110 spring in there. He's put in an 80% ported cylinder, SHS bushers, shims, and an SHS V2 switch block, just to handle that extra draw of the motor. And it's 340 FPS. Obviously the quick spring change is not a problem if I needed to drop that down. We also put in an unbreakable tappet. He put in, sorry. So the FPS is a little bit high from playing indoor, very, very easy to drop down. And the group size, his absolute intention with pretty much all his builds, unless someone's wanting something silly, crazy powerful, is accuracy and consistency. Now we were shooting at the full range that we've got indoor at Azrael, from the front wall to the back wall, which is about 20 meters, 25 meters. Shooting into the corner of the building, so the back corner of the building like this, and it was all the gels were going within 4 inches either side of the corner with the very odd stray. Now they were brand new, fresh AK Alpha gels. Superb, absolutely brilliant. Cannot wait to get out on the range. It does need a little bit of a hop up adjust for a little bit more range, because they were just starting to drop at that 25 meters, so it could do with a fraction more. But it's tuned up, ready to roll. Bloody Shannon, you cannot trust him to do a simple job for me. Sounds so clean. Absolutely love it. So that's that one. So this is what we were kind of discussing as being probably the perfect milsim package. Got range, accuracy, firepower, but it's a pretty low stress build. Shouldn't be overly high battery draw because it's still only the 18:1 gears. Yes, it's a quicker motor. After we first fired it up, we put about 4 magazines through it non-stop, and the battery was barely warm, the motor was barely warm, so it's a combo that just works. It's done a cracker of a job. Alright, so to finish up this little video, we've got our little competition running for the Easter eggs within the issues 1 to 6 of the TSI magazine. This is the GEO7 hat to give away. This one, I don't believe the production models have got the Veil camo written on the side. That's the patent owner. This one I did actually get from the 2018 SHOT Show, hence why it's got the patch on there as well. It will also come with a TSI patch. That one is for the first person to get all 6 right. That's the first giveaway. Now, then we have the full winner. Once we get all of our entries through, we will have the lucky dip. All of the entries will be written in a piece of paper, screwed up and put in here. And then the boys down at Renegade Blasters, who gave us these prizes, will draw from the hat. So the prizes, I think we've spoken about. Little electric target system for gel balling. An SKD Beretta 92 electronic pistol. Don't know if we're turned on or not. And then we go into 14.8 mode. So these ones are fairly cool little pistol for the plastic pistols. Great fun for a beginner especially. So we have the Brenda 92. Then we have the STD SLR that we wrote about in the last issue. And then we have 5 packs of War Interest gels to go with it. So this is a prize pool for the winner of over $500 worth, plus the, well, would retail for a $25 hat for the first person to get them through, but as we said, you cannot buy this one. They were from SHOT Show, you could not buy it. That's pretty much me, but I'm just going to wrap up with next Sunday, a week tomorrow. I have no idea what the date is. 19th, maybe. Nuketown GC, gel balling, we have a venue, we have an event. Should be an all-day event, so from 9 till 3 I think it will be on the Sunday. First game back since Corona. We've all got our Corona bodies on. We're all going to be puffed and struggling, but we're going to be going with, I believe, a virus theme. Alright guys, hope you have a really great Sunday. And it's going to be wet, so get building. Get all your gear ready for next week. I've got my battle belt hanging on the wall there. I've got my vest hanging on the battle belt. 2 seconds. I did actually find something that I need to change on my belt running around in the arena yesterday. When doing transitions from a primary to a secondary, I did find my pistol holster is too far back behind my hip. I need to swap it for my phone pouch. Bring my pistol to the front so it's right on my hip here, and then the phone can be round a little bit more. I just found that I was fishing for it a bit. I couldn't get my hand on it quick because it wasn't just my straight down to my hip and up, it was behind me. And then reholstering, I was also having to come around behind and in. I wasn't just able to put my hand to my hip bone. So I will be swapping these two. The knife can stay where it is. but the pistol holster will come forward, the phone will come back, and on that note, let's finish up on Aussie 1, Oscar Zulu 1, October, Airsoft Week, get on it. Gonna love you and leave you guys, see you later.